about Subha morality, concentration, wisdom. Kin Tu Ba. Digha Nikaya. The long discourses about Subha morality, concentration, wisdom. Subha Sutta. Thus have I heard. Once the Venerable Ananda was staying at Savatthi, in Yetta's groves, in Anathapindika's park, shortly after the Lord's final passing. And at that time the youth Subha, Todaya's son, was staying at Savatthi on some business. And Subha said to a certain young man, "Go, my lad, to where the ascetic Ananda is, ask him in my name if he is in good health, free from fatigue, strong, vigorous and dwelling in comfort, and say, it would be good if the Reverend Ananda would, out of compassion, visit the dwelling of Subha the son of Todaya." "Very good, sir," replied the young man. Then he went to the Venerable Ananda, exchanged courtesies with him, and sat down to one side. Then he delivered the message. The Venerable Ananda replied, "It is not the right time, young man. Today I have taken some medicine. Perhaps it will be possible to come tomorrow when the time and the occasion are suitable." And the young man rose, returned to Subha and reported what had passed between him and the Venerable Ananda, adding, "My mission has been thus far accomplished, that the Reverend Ananda will probably take the opportunity to come tomorrow." And indeed, as that night was ending, the Venerable Ananda, dressed in the early morning, took his robe and bowl and, accompanied by the Venerable Setaka, came to Subha's dwelling, and sat down on the prepared seat. Then Subha approached the Venerable Ananda, exchanged courtesies with him, and sat down to one side. Then he said, "The Reverend Ananda was for a long time the Reverend Gautama's personal attendant, dwelling in his presence and near him. You, Reverend Ananda, would know what things the Reverend Gautama praised, and with which he aroused, exhorted and established people. Which, Reverend Ananda, were those things?" Subha: "There were 3 divisions of things which the Lord praised, and with which he aroused, exhorted and established people." "Which 3? The division of Aryan morality, the division of Aryan concentration, and the division of Aryan wisdom. These were the 3 divisions of things which the Lord praised." "Well, Reverend Ananda, what is the division of Aryan morality which the Reverend Gautama praised?" "Young sir, a Tathagata arises in the world, an arahant, fully enlightened Buddha, endowed with wisdom and conduct, well-farer, knower of the worlds, incomparable trainer of men to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, enlightened and blessed. He, having realized it by his own super-knowledge, proclaims this world with its devas, maras and brahmas, its princes and people. He preaches the Dhamma which is lovely in its beginning, lovely in its middle, lovely in its ending, in the spirit and in the letter, and displays the fully perfected and purified holy life. A disciple goes forth and practices the moralities, etc." Sutta 2, verses 41-63. Thus a monk is perfected in morality. That is the division of Aryan morality which the Lord praised. But something more remains to be done. It is wonderful, Reverend Ananda, it is marvelous. This division of Aryan morality is perfectly fulfilled, not left incomplete. And I do not see this division of Aryan morality fulfilled thus anywhere among the ascetics and Brahmins of other schools. And if any of them were to have found this perfection in themselves, they would have been so delighted that they would have said, "We've done enough. The goal of our asceticism has been reached. There's nothing more to be done." And yet the Reverend Ananda declares that there is more to be done. End of first recitation section. Reverend Ananda, what is the division of Aryan concentration which the Reverend Gautama praised? And how is a monk a guardian of the sense doors? He guards the sense doors and attains the 4 jhanas, Sutta 2, verses 64 to 82. This comes to him through concentration. That is the division of Aryan concentration which the Lord praised. But something more remains to be done. It is wonderful, Reverend Ananda, it is marvelous. This division of Aryan concentration is perfectly fulfilled, not left incomplete. And I do not see this division of Aryan concentration fulfilled thus anywhere among the ascetics and Brahmins of other schools. And if any of them were to have found this perfection in themselves, they would have been so delighted that they would have said, "We've done enough. The goal of our asceticism has been reached. There's nothing more to be done." And yet the Reverend Ananda declares that there is more to be done. Reverend Ananda, which is the division of Aryan wisdom, which the Reverend Gautama praised. And so, with mind concentrated he attains various insights, Sutta 2, verses 83 to 84. That is known to him by wisdom. He realizes the 4 noble truths, the path and the cessation of the corruptions, Sutta 2, verses 85 to 97. And he knows, there is nothing further here. That is the division of Aryan wisdom which the Lord praised, with which he aroused, exhorted and established people. Beyond that there is nothing to be done. It is wonderful, Reverend Ananda, it is marvelous. This division of Aryan wisdom is perfectly fulfilled, not left incomplete. And I do not see this division of Aryan wisdom fulfilled thus anywhere among the ascetics and Brahmins of other schools. And there is nothing further to be done. Excellent, Reverend Ananda, excellent. It is as if someone were to set up what had been knocked down, or to point out the way to one who had got lost, or to bring an oil lamp into a dark place, so that those with eyes could see what was there. Just so the Reverend Ananda has expounded the Dhamma in various ways. Reverend Ananda, I go for refuge to the Lord Gautama, the Dhamma and the Sangha. May the Reverend Ananda accept me as a lay follower who has taken refuge from this day forth as long as life shall last.